With Le Mans 2019 fresh in our memories, we look back to last year where we were kindly invited by Corvette Racing to join them for the legendary 24-hour race. But rather than heading straight to the circuit, our trip began in Frankfurt, Germany, where we headed to Le Mans in a Corvette convoy. So here we go, the road to Le Mans has started, and we're starting in quite some fashion. I'm looking down here because it tells me exactly, a 659 horsepower Corvette Z06, and it's manual. I can't believe it, it's a stick shift. We're literally just leaving Frankfurt. We've got about 1,000 kilometers to go, and we're surrounded by Corvettes, so I think it's going to be a good day. My problem today is going to be how much fuel I get through, because all I want to do is keep it in third gear and do this. That's all I want to do. So inside the car, you've got the infotainment screen, which is okay. Nothing revolutionary there. Quite big. Facing the driver, which I like. I like it all to be driver-centric and driver-focused. And you've got this secret compartment behind the screen. If I press this button here, and you can hide anything there that you so desire. I'll leave that to your imagination. Love the head-up display, telling me exactly how fast I'm going and telling me what gear I'm in. Climate control's great, and the passenger actually has the ability to change the climate control as well. Do you need it in such a small cockpit? Probably not. It's a really good driving position. You've got amazing visibility, not so good out the back, but side and front, which is what you need really, is really, really good. And you compromise a little bit of the space in the front, which isn't a bad thing, for this enormous boot, trunk, as they say in America, behind us. As we progressed through Germany, the Corvette proved itself to be a brilliantly comfortable cruiser, but I couldn't help notice a common theme. I'm going to take a moment to talk to you about German Autobahns, because there's this myth that they are just so fast, so amazing, so smooth, but actually there's so many roadworks. Everywhere you go in Germany, there's roadworks. And it's not all de-restricted. You have miles and miles and miles of 130 kilometers an hour, 120, 110. But don't get me wrong, as soon as you hit a de-restricted part of the Autobahn, it's fun. People have really good road discipline here. You overtake and you get back into your lane. Simple as that. None of this hogging a lane for miles and miles and miles. As soon as you overtake, you get over. And the reason you get over, because even if you're doing 200, 230 kilometers an hour, you're going to get overtaken. You're going to get overtaken by an estate car. You're going to get overtaken by a family wagon. But it's incredible how it all works. Where I'm from in England, any excuse to get some sunshine, we take it with open arms. But I gotta say, after 500 yards, I'm regretting this already. It's a very noisy car with the roof off. But at least I can demonstrate this roof, in case you didn't know, comes off on every single model of Corvette, which is a pretty cool option to have. And it stows away neatly in the boot there. And it almost looks like you got some active aero here as well. So I'm very happy to have the roof back on, even though the sun's out, nice and quiet. And I sat next to the guys at lunch who told me a lot more about the car. And it's funny, they were actually playing it down a little bit, and they felt like they weren't in the big boys league. But you know what? This car is much more impressive than I think they're giving themselves credit for. And it's definitely punching well above its weight. It's really well finished. The finish inside is fantastic. I love the fact they've got all this Alcantara inside now. There's very little plastic like in the old Corvettes. You got a little bit of plastic here, but you're bound to have plastic around a cup holder. We've only been up to about 250 kilometers an hour now, but cruising for quite some time at about 230, the car's effortless. It feels comfortable in the cabin, not obscenely loud. You can still have a conversation. Don't forget, you've got all this boot space. A really, really good car to smash across the continent. Anyway, we digress. 750 kilometers after leaving Germany, we were on the home straight to Le Mans, and after arriving we headed to the pits to check out the final preparations being made for the big race. Not sure what's busier, the pit lane here
all the traffic around Le Mans. Actually, we did 800 kilometers yesterday in the Z06. And I think the last 5 kilometers took longer than the previous 795. But we're here, we're in the pit lane, and we're with the Corvette Racing team. It's a little bit tense here because these guys are out for the win, there's no question. Last year they lost it on the last lap. Can you imagine, after 24 hours? But they're excited this year. We're with the whole team, we're looking forward to it. Let's see how we get on.
Le Mans is so special because it's such a unique, unusual and charismatic race, and it's the biggest sports car race in the world. Corvette Racing has been here 19 times. We're going for our 9th victory this weekend. The C7R has been performing fantastically. We've been the fastest we've ever been around here. The race is going to be a challenge though. There's a huge amount of competition. We're pumped, we're energised, and we're exceptionally motivated to get that 9th victory.
Corvette Racing fought hard throughout the grueling 24 hours, but sadly, one of their 2 cars suffered an early retirement due to an engine issue. But the last remaining car pushed to the bitter end. And as the sun came up, Corvette Racing was still very much in contention. Unfortunately, this wasn't to be their year and they narrowly missed out on a podium, finishing 4th in their class. Still a respectable result, but for me, an absolutely unforgettable few days.
I don't think there's a more fitting place to wrap up than actually on the track at Le Mans. And this car really changed my perception of Corvette. The car was really, really impressive, and I genuinely enjoyed driving every single minute of this car. I think it looks fantastic, the drive is fantastic, but you know, the thing that really stood out for me was the team behind it. The guys there are so dedicated, so committed, and they were so organised. Everything just ran like clockwork. So all in all, it's been a phenomenal few days. I'm absolutely exhausted. I didn't want it to end, but now it's ending. I'm quite happy to go and get some sleep.